wanted to do a video talking about my experience living in California the last 4 years and uh, really the things I'm concerned about, the things I don't really hear anyone else talking about when it comes to culture and society. The ways that California has broken my heart, to be honest. I came because my girlfriend partner at the time was doing a medical residency at Los Angeles. Um, I was working remotely, and I believed believed in the California dream, the sunlight, the ocean, and so many things to do, so much innovation, um, so much opportunity, and that's still true to some extent, but um, but I got to be honest, like the culture to me is already rotten. Like I think it's gotten kind of past the point of maybe past the point of no return in a lot of places. It's a place where the individual success is far, far, far more important than any sense of we. There is no sense of we or us. Um, there is no sense of like collective shared success. Maybe at some companies, okay, some organizations, some companies, sure, there's still a mission, but the state overall, it's hyper individualized, and I see a ton of uh, I see a lot of passive, most like a whole generation of people uh, just passively consuming, sort of dopamine over depth. Um, there's, uh, you know, yeah, dopamine over depth, status chasing, uh, measuring people by what they do and how much they're worth, and uh, very, very little care about each other, very little care about strangers, very little care about who someone is. It's more about what can you do and what are you worth. What do you do? What are you worth? What can you do for me? The society has become, I think it's individual optimization. Everybody's running their own versions of that. Super transactional. I mean, I've lived in so now Los Angeles for 3 years, San Diego for 4 months. Yes, I've met a lot of good people, but most of the time I'm walking around, no one looks you in the eye. Um, if you say how's it going, you just like you just disrupted their frame because they've never heard someone actually ask them that and care about it. Um, um, and then even in North California, like Silicon Valley, I mean, I visited there a couple of weeks ago. What I saw, I was again thinking, yes, it's still the center of innovation, still the center of technology and progress. Yes, I'm sure that's true. That is true, right? Um, but but I mean, I also saw just how disconnected it is from each other, and certainly from each other, but certainly from the rest of the country and the world. Um, I saw, just name a few patterns that I saw. One is, a whole generation of engineers that are working way below their potential. Um, these people are like going to they're taking like one meeting a day, maybe two meetings a day. I don't really see, I walked into a bunch of startup offices that there's barely anyone even doing any work. Um, and they're not doing it's not from home either. It's there's they lost the sense of purpose and meaning and ambition, really. So just a lot of people living way below their potential. A lot of people not even sure. Well, these are engineers, like some making $500,000 a year. Um, People kind of bouncing between ideas and projects, not really committing to anything, not really. pursuing anything, pursuing anything with like any sense of mission and just like consistency. Um, I saw, San Francisco. I heard things like, "Oh, it's way cleaner than it was. It's there's so many fewer homeless people." That's not true. Like, I couldn't even walk to a restaurant from my hotel because uh, there's just like there you couldn't walk on the sidewalk without tripping over people. Call them homeless, call them lost, call them disenchanted, disillusioned, call them many of them doing drugs on the streets. It's like this is still like that was still like downtown San Francisco. Okay, it's not. That's not what the richest city in the world should be like. I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd, and it's inhumane. I mean, it's like you have billionaires, chasing the next startup fundraising round, stepping over bodies. Um, yes, culture of individual success over anything else. Culture of uh, culture of drift. Culture of vibes over values. There were literally two bars that I saw in San Diego. One was called Drift, and one was called Vibes, and that is um, that has been what I've observed uh, essentially distills down to, which is really sad. And then I also saw another really concerning pattern. It broke my heart. I mean, I saw people who came to California with good intentions, tons of skills, tons of talent, tons of heart, and a huge work ethic. Those people really lost themselves in the machine. Um, they they just got grinded into burnout. Um, they lost themselves. They really didn't move forward in their personal goals or their personal lives because the machine kept, the machine, the whatever organization or whatever, just kept taking and taking and giving promotions, bonuses, recognition for doing more and more and more work. There's no, without even asking, like, are you okay? Um, maybe you shouldn't work so hard, right? In this case, you're already working 80 hours a week. Okay, like that's enough. Like, go take care of yourself, go take care of the people around you, and vice versa. And that didn't happen. I mean, it just more and more rewards. And like, I saw people get completely consumed by it. So, I mean, why I'm saying this is like, this is not to diminish like the beauty that California has and the opportunities and like so much, you know, you can't paint an entire place this large and important um, with a single brush. But these patterns that I'm seeing are very clear to me, and I'm very worried. Um, I see in San Diego, I don't really see any adults, like very few adults, very few people actually saying like truth matters. How you conduct yourself and treat others matters. That's not happening. I mean, it's like it's just not a thing. People don't really grow up here. So it's just my reflections. That's my opinion. Um, and that's why I'm leaving. It's because it's very expensive on the wallet. It's very expensive. More importantly, it's very expensive on the soul and the heart. Um, I think it's hard to keep your heart and soul in California, and that's why I'm leaving.